this is what's going to give you the confidence to attack with reckless abandon, all right? So if you know standing in front of someone that even if they get a hold of your leg, even if they do get a hold of it, they're not gonna finish. You have no reason not to assert your offense, because when you assert your offense, that is when you are most open to having offense hit on you, all right? So let's say Joe gets in on a single leg. He's got it up in the air. He's out to the ankle. We're gonna start out in the worst case scenarios, and then we're gonna work our way back, okay? So a lot of guys, when they hit their single legs, they're gonna go out to the ankle. And the reason that we don't do this, we previously touched on, is because it's very easy, especially without shoes on, right? Even with wrestling shoes, you can do this, but without wrestling shoes or any shoes at all, you're definitely slipping out of here, okay? All I have to do is change the orientation of my foot in his lock. So as soon as I turn my knee down, the heel slips right out. You turn and face. So the recurring theme that we're gonna see here is turning away for a second so we can get our escape, our limp leg, we can escape, and then turning back towards our opponent. So I just turn away for a second, and then I'm back in facing my opponent, all right? Now, let's say it's particularly tight, all right? So now I'm gonna start this push-pull dilemma, okay? I'm gonna start off-balancing him, and it's gonna also start loosening up this lock. So if I can't reach him, all I have to do is bend my knee and pull him in, okay? And now I'm gonna start making life tough for him, and I'm gonna start pulling down, and he's gonna posture up. So as he postures up, I'm gonna encourage that motion and push him back, turn, and kick out, all right? You may have to do this 2 or 3 times to get out, right? There are gonna be times when you pull and push, you go to kick and it doesn't come out, you didn't get the angle, so you have to go back to it. Pull, push, turn, and now you're out, okay? It's the most frustrating thing in the world, getting all the way to about 90% finish, and then your opponent just slips out effortlessly, and they're back into the neutral position. So what happens if Joe then, he gets in this position again, he gets privy to it, so then he transfers, arm climbs, now he's up to my knee. He's got a height advantage, right? So this is really stretching me out, right? I'm having a hard time maintaining this position. I need to break his posture. But how do I do that on one leg? All I have to do is work your laces, right, to the inside of the thigh. All I have to do is work this to the inside of the thigh. If he has a pretty big height advantage, all I have to do is pull his head in for a second, right? Pull his head in and then lace that foot right to the inside of the thigh. He's gonna pull back, right? Guys don't like having their posture broken. So now all I have to do is jump up and straighten my leg and keep it straight, right? Keep it straight and keep a double collar tie in the back of his neck. I jump up and I keep my waist, and try to keep your posture the best you can. All 220 pounds of Joe is gonna try and keep as straight as he can, right? I'm only 160 pounds, so we're gonna see how this plays out. I jump up, straighten my leg, and pull on the head, right? Just imagine like a 100-pound weight or a 160-pound weight at the end of a stick, right? And you're trying your best to hold that up. It's just not gonna happen, okay? So as soon as his weight breaks, as soon as we break his posture, that's when we limp leg out, all right? So pull at the head, lace this inside, he pulls back up, we jump, straighten our leg, pull it, and then I push away and kick out. And notice how I'm straightening my toes, right? And every single one of these positions, let's say we just did that whole sequence and now he's down here, his posture is broken. If I keep my foot booted and try to kick out, it's obviously gonna create a nice little stopper on the end of my foot. So if this is booted, I try to kick out, you're making life hard on yourself. Point your toes straight. So when I go to push, I point my toes, turn, slips right out, turn and face your opponent. And this works equally as well, regardless of the side of the body that the leg is on, all right? So he just had the leg right here, right? And he was on the outside, our preferred finishing area. We have many more ways to finish from here. But let's say he's on the inside too. It's the same exact thing, same principles. I just pull his head down, get my foot on the inside of his thigh. I jump up, straighten my leg, pull his head, push away, and kick, all right? Now what do we do if he's mid-level? If he's in on our leg and he hasn't come up yet, now we're working our way down the chain, right? We started at the ankle, we went to the knee inside, the knee outside. Now what do we do if he's here, right? Something you've probably seen a lot of is stuffing the head, curling the leg, getting your weight on him and sprawling, all right? That's gonna work against people who are your size, right? Someone who you can muscle down and sprawl against, but someone who's got a pretty big size and weight advantage on you, it's gonna be difficult to sprawl once they get in this position. So what we're gonna do is what we covered briefly in the last video. We're gonna curl our leg to the outside, all right? Curling your leg to the outside eliminates most of his finishes. All right. So a good wrestler, as soon as they get to this position, they'll start curling the shin to the outside. All right. Now I'm one move away from being free. All right. I don't care how tight he has this. In order for him to finish now, he has to come up. He has to come up, right? And as he does, as he comes up, push and limp leg out. All right. Timing is everything here. So if he comes up, right? If he comes up and beats me, right? Now I have to go back into the previous sequence where I'm breaking his posture, moving my leg inside, jumping up, and bringing him back down, all right? But regardless, this whole entire system is designed so that no matter where you find yourself in the chain, you have a way to start and get out, okay? There's always a way to escape. Limp legging is, once you get good at limp legging, this is the name of the game with defense, all right? We're gonna go over other forms of defense, but if you get really good at limp legging, you're never scared of someone even getting to your legs because you know you can get out, okay? So one more time, we'll go through the whole chain. He's up at the bottom. I'm just gonna turn and slip. If he's really tight, he's up here at the knee and he's on the outside, I'm gonna turn my ankle in, jump up, straighten my leg and keep it straight. You jump up and you straighten it, keep it straight, pull his head down, and I'm gonna push at the shoulders, turn, slip my leg out. Let's say he's got my leg on the inside, same exact principles. I have to curl because Joe's a lot taller than me, right? So I have to break his posture momentarily. He's not the big, strong guy. He's not gonna let me just keep him there. Now I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna use his neck to help me jump, and pull him down, push, and limp leg out. And when we're mid-level here, our first prerogative is moving this leg to the outside, okay? So as soon as he enters and he gets his attachment on our single leg, right? On our high single, I'm gonna slip my leg to the outside, right? And I could even make him fight, right? I'm putting up a mirage of resistance, right? I want him to come up, right? I want him to change position, but I might make him fight for it, pulling on his head a little bit. And as soon as he comes up, I'm gonna push, turn, and limp leg out.